Everybody, welcome to the very first edition of Comic War. I am your host, J-Ro, with my alias, I'll trust you guys with my secret identity, Jonathan. Basically, the format of the show is you guys send me a bunch of questions related to DC Comics and, on some occasion, other DC-related properties. And also, I'll sometimes do the other companies like Marvel and Image and Dark Horse when comparing them to DC. So I got a couple of your questions here. The first one today comes from my good buddy Chantel. Would you like to see Damian Wayne ever become Batman? Well, technically I have seen Damian Wayne become Batman in number 666 in the year 2007 of a Batman comic. In an alternate future, Damian Wayne becomes like this demonic Batman. Like he sells his soul to become immortal. Kind of like, so he's kind of like Vendel Savage Batman and Etrigan and he's kind of like this. He's kind of like an anti-hero. He's kind of like if Frank Miller's Batman like fused with Dracula, basically. And yeah, he was kind of a douche as that Batman. Now for the main story, Damian, I don't know. The other Robins have done it. They've become Batman. Could he? It would be cool. It would be cool to see maybe like in a multiverse where Damian's grown up and maybe I kind of like to see more of the alternate Damian. But this Damian, he could he could grow up to be it. But yeah, well, he's still just a kid, so I don't see it happening anytime soon. Okay. Next question comes from Jeswin. Who do you like better, Batman or Superman? Well, that's kind of a tough one. I got the Superman shirt on, but I will say Batman, mostly because he overcomes the odds. He's always like putting himself on the line, because he could potentially die if he was a real person. Superman would be harder to kill. I've dealt with prejudice because of my disabilities, so I can kind of identify with Superman in that regard. But as somebody who wants to get better and not give up, and as a human, I go with Batman. As he once said, he works through pain. And I try to work through pain. I'm trying to work through my pain anyway. So. And in the 75 years, there's so many stories with Batman that I like that as opposed to Superman. Not that Superman doesn't have good stories. I've read so many. I just read one with Kevin Smith the other day that had some really good themes to it, even though there were some penis jokes in it. I'll get to, okay. All right. The next question comes from my friend Nick. Do you think the Riddler is way better than any of the other villains in Batman's Rogue Gallery? No. I'm sorry, Nick. That Joker is arguably Batman's best villain because it's going back to the comic I was just talking about. Can he kill the Joker? It's like the Joker's done the most horrible things. He's killed children. He's he crippled Batgirl. He tortured her father naked. It's just, oh my God, yeah, Joker. I mean, because Batman, his moral compass will not allow him to kill the Joker, and that's what makes him like the Joker really hard to have anybody put over the Joker. Hush, Bane, Riddler. I mean, they're all great villains, but. No, speaking of the Joker, besides Heath Ledger's performance, what's the best DC movie performance you've seen? Oh my God. This is from my buddy Omid. Oh man, that's a good question, man. Oh God. Oh boy. I'm trying to think. I've been so many good ones, but I mean, I would have to say Christian Bale in Batman Begins when they're on that plane and he's talking to Alfred about how he has to be a symbol. He can't do that as Bruce Wayne. Just that conversation alone. I mean, I thought Ben Affleck was a great Batman, but this is why Christian Bale, like, for me, was the best Bruce Wayne, particularly in Batman Begins. I mean, his Bruce Wayne in the other movies were decent, but yeah, that's like the Bruce Wayne I've always wanted to see in a live action movie. That he got it right. So yeah, I think Christian Bale gave the best performance in my honest opinion. All right, this next one comes from RG. Can you explain the antimatter rate equation? Well, I looked it up. I talked to like one person about it, like one time very briefly. It's it's something Darkseid is after, kind of like how Thanos tries to get the Infinity Stones. I guess that it's an entity that will possess a life being and will unleash ultimate power. I guess you could compare it to the Phoenix Force or Parallax that possess people that are entities. These are entities that possess people. They are roots of evil. But yeah, I mean, there's more to it than that. I mean, I get if you follow like Darkseid's lore, you'll kind of learn more about it. But yeah. Next question here. Now this is a question I will do last because I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to do a dirty question at the end at the last question of each video's near its end, to kind of keep it so I have appropriate questions and I'll do one inappropriate questions. And if this format doesn't work, I'm not going to do it again. This is just try to keep your questions as appropriate as possible. But if you really want to me to continue this format, well, let's see what happens. All right. So Diego writes, does Batman have an erect penis when staring at Catwoman? Oh God. I will say. I mean, it's been implied they've gotten together, so technically yes. Diego, you and I are gonna have to sit down, and we're gonna have to talk about the birds and the bees. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to my very first episode of Comic War. Submit your questions either in the comments down below or on the YouTube DC channel, and I will see you next time.